Hi there, wig lover! Today I'm bringing you a review of another Envy style. This one I'm affectionately nicknaming the wig that would be Kris Jenner style. This one's actually Miley by Envy, and I actually think that this one looks more like Kris Jenner hair than the Kris wig by Envy does. And so I'm gonna fuss it up just a little bit, get some more body in here so you can kind of see what I'm getting at with that. I mean, just for real, this they should have named this one that. And I understand why they named it Miley, because Miley Cyrus also kind of rocks the asymmetrical pixie cut look. I like this wig a lot. I actually think that of the asymmetrical pixie wigs that I've tried on, that this is one of the more flattering ones on. And the fact that it comes with a hand-tied monofilament part is a very nice touch. So if you're looking for a wig that looks like Kris Jenner's haircut, check this one out instead of the Kris wig. The Kris wig is pretty, and by this I mean the Kris by Envy, not the Kris by Jon Renau. That's a completely different story entirely. It's weird. I actually think that the Kris wig by Jon Renau looks a lot like Liz Taylor hair from like the latter portion of Liz Taylor's life. I actually think that the Kris wig by Envy looks really casual. It just kind of sits kind of flat because it's got that monofilament top, so it doesn't have any permatease, it doesn't have any body in it right out of the box, so it just kind of lays there. But it's a great like everyday running around kind of wig. I think this is the best of both worlds. I like this wig a lot much, just so much. Here, let me turn to the side. I think that this is super flattering. It's kind of like a hybrid between like a boy cut and a pixie with like this really pretty asymmetrical fringe in the front. Very, very cute. The color on this is one that doesn't get talked about a lot, but I'm going to mention it. It's the Envy medium brown. So I'm going to put my head in the sunlight so you can take a look at this color. So you can see it's quite warm. It's actually a mixed blend of 3 different brown colors. So in some of the longer wigs, it almost looks like the medium browns are, that's my cat playing with something in the window. It almost looks highlighted in some of the longer styles, because what you have is you've got the Envy dark brown here towards the bottom as part of the base. And you've also got sort of a medium brown color throughout. You also have a little bit of the Envy light brown in there, and that's what's giving it that coppery cast, because the Envy light brown has a fair amount of copper in it. So it's a very beautiful, warm, mixed blended color. So if you ever wonder what an MB is in some color codes, that's what it means. It's a mixed blend. It means that it's 3 different colors that are based, or sometimes less, but it just depends on the brand. But in this case, it's 3 colors that are mixed together to make one color. So they're blended together in a fashion that turns the final product into a medium brown. And a lot of the basic colors for the Envy line take this approach, and it makes the colors more dynamic. So it's a very, very pretty color, and looks way different in the artificial light, which is what's going on back here, than it does in the natural light. And I actually think that's really cool, because human hair does that to a certain extent, where, you know, especially with like reds or colors that have a little bit of copper in them, they just look much more brilliant in natural sunshine. And that's what you've got going on here. It's more brilliant, it's more warm, has more of that caramel cast to it, but it's not so incredibly red that it looks fake. It just looks really warm and pretty. So this warm brown color is very nice. Here is the shorter side. Now, like I've said in other videos, the least versatile parting for any wig is going to be when you've got a dedicated part of some sort, whether that's in the center or on one of the sides, because all of the hair is basically put into place to go around that part. So Miley's no exception. In the Miley wig, all this hair wants to push forward. It all wants to push forward like this, which is actually kind of sexy. I kind of dig it, but it's very hard to get it to push back because as you see it'll want to push forward because it's literally put into place to be like that. So let me go ahead and get this a little straighter for you. And you don't need a brush with a wig this short. You can do everything with your fingers, which is nice because that cuts down on friction damage and wear and tear. There's a good amount of coverage here on the sides. As you can see, virtually none of my bio hair, in fact, I don't think any of my bio hair is poking out on the sides, which is awesome. And there's a fair amount of coverage here in the back as well. And it will stretch to cover. The hair in the back is coarse compared to the rest of the hair. And I'll explain that a little bit more once I take the wig off to show you the cap construction. And again, here is the longer of the two sides. Lots of coverage, very good coverage on this wig. So if you're one of those people that worries about your bio hair poking through on the sides, you should be all right with this one. So very, very cute asymmetrical cut. I knew that these asymmetrical styles were going to be the thing this year. And I knew that as far back as when I was asking people for Robin Wright's haircut on House of Cards. And I actually think that this would also be a really good one in the running for best wig to approximate that hairstyle as well. Even though hers isn't quite as long in the front, it would take very little modification to make this wig into that kind of hairstyle. So let's go ahead and take this one off, and I'll show you the cap construction. So let's see where that sunlight is. So you can see that color a little bit more in the light. Very pretty, and you can see it's darker at the bottom than it is at the top. All of the Envy colors do that, even the basic shades. So here is the cap. It's quite stretchy in the back. Very nice and stretchy. This only comes in an average cap size. There you go. There's no felt at the nape nor at the ear tabs, but the ear tabs are adjustable. There's a little bit of felt here at the hairline. There is no lace front on this wig, though there is some permatease. And there is that monofilament part. Let me show you the monofilament part up close here. I don't know how well it's going to show through with all that really intense lighting. I'll have to look at it post-production. But I just want you to be able to see that. And then it does have permatease. This whole area has a little bit of permatease in it. Not much. The permatease on the top of this wig is very light. Where there is a little bit of additional permatease is in the back. And that's why it gets that little bit of a coarse feeling in the back. Again, it's very lightly permateased though. It's nothing that's going to show through. That's basically just there so that way if the wind blows, no one's going to be able to see the wefting, which is kind of a nice feature, I think. So there's the back of that up close and personal. And there's the front. Lots of layering going on. And then this wig, the one thing I think that would make this even stronger is if this had a slightly less dense crown. The crown on this is very dense, and it doesn't even need to be because it's hand-tied there. But you can't tell because there's just so much hair that you just, I mean, this is the very slightest of complaints. I mean, it's nothing really even worth complaining about. So it's just something I wanted to note, that this wig would be excellent if it had a little bit less hair right there so that you could see the monofilament. But other than that, I think this is a great little wig, great style. It's a little snug when you first put it on. Even though it is adjustable, it's completely let out in this instance. But like most wigs that have open caps with a fair amount of stretch, it will loosen up a little bit with wear over time. So just wear it around for about a week and it should feel more comfortable after that. So, and this wig will breathe very nicely in the summertime because it is open, which allows the air to get through. So if you're looking for a nice short summer wig, this is a great one. And it's very, very fashionable right now. Very easy to put on, very easy to just shake, put on, fluff with your fingers. You can make it a little messier if you want. I'm gonna mess it up for you just a smidge. Just grab it and go. Great little style. And very, very fashion conscious right now. So here are some of the specs on the Miley. I'm gonna push some of these bangs forward a little bit since you haven't seen that much. And it just kind of wants to do that. All right, so. The front on this is 4 inches, which sounds about right to me. The crown is 4.5 inches. Again, that sounds about right. The sides are 1.5. That basically just indicates how long this is from here to here. I mean, it's not all the way down because obviously that's longer than an inch and 3/4. And the nape is 2 inches, so it'll give you fair coverage. But if you're the kind of person that has really a really hairy back of the neck region, you might have to shave it. I think this is a super cute style. I think that it looks messy. It looks good when it's messy. It looks good when it's slicked down, and it'll be great for hot weather. So if you live in a place that gets really warm in the summertime, like I live in Georgia, so this will be great for that. And it only weighs 2.2 ounces, so it weighs very little. So there you go. This is basically 2 ramekins of honey mustard sauce. And that's all it weighs. So thanks for watching. This has been Miley by MV, and hopefully you'll like my review. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the description and I'll try to get back to them as soon as I can. And check out my site, CysterWigs.com. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.